Niners! Damn, I know, right? Everybody knee deep in the playoffs because they're still going up. Oh, by the way, before anything else I say, wow, congratulations to the Warriors. The Kings never knew what hit them. All right, enough about that, though. Operation Boost Depth is underway. The 49ers came into this draft with no real particular plan. We've got a stocked and tough roster. If anything, we're going to come in and just make it a little more deep. Looking at what they did, I think they did. Dust is settled after the conclusion of the NFL 2023 draft. Niners, as well as the rest of the league, will now get back to work. And just like that, the 2023 season is underway. See, that's why I like about getting to the playoffs, because if you go deep into the playoffs all the time, it's not good on the players because they don't get a chance to really take a breather. But what ends up happening is, before you know it, especially in our case, when you're coming out pissed off because things went in a very strange fashion, or again, the second time in a row, that you can't wait to get back to the season. You know, get over this. The best way to fix what happened last year is to get it done now. Now. So, tonight we'll go to the phones after a quick analysis of the players drafted by the Niners for your opinion and evaluations of the whole process. By the way, remember when I said people came in, man, the 49ers going to use all them picks. Why the hell are they going to use all them picks? 49ers don't need all them players. They're going to package them up and move up to the second round. We use 9 picks. Oh, man. Well, you know what? And there's a lot of quality in there, though. Fam, base of the screen, you'll notice the phone number and the pen number. Get in here and tell me how you feel about this draft. So with the Niners take, let me bear with me a bit. Let's just run down through it. Round 3, pick 87. Jair Brown, his mama calls him Tiggy. Was it Tiggy? Penn State, round 3, pick 99. Jake Moody. Just let it go. Let it go. We're going to be happy about that later. Round 3, pick 101. Cameron Latu, tight end, Alabama. Round 5, pick 155. Darrell Luter Jr., cornerback, South Alabama. Round 5, 173. Robert Beal, edge, Alabama. He was all up in Alabama, man. Round 6, pick 216. D. Winters, linebacker, TCU. Round 7, pick 247. Braden Willis, tight end, Oklahoma. Round 7, pick 253. Ronnie Bell, wide receiver, Michigan. Round 7, pick 255. Jalen Graham, linebacker, Purdue. Did you notice the 49ers didn't even bother to go the gym route? You go to like small, unheralded campuses that just have those good ball players that you have to dig them out. You got to dig. Man, it's like looking for truffles, right? They're really hard to find. And the 49ers just went to the schools with accredited programs and just got some guys and said, let's go. Let's break them down. Round 5, quarterback Darrell Luter Jr. Miss Luter's baby boy's accolades include first team All Sun Belt Conference after leading Jaguars with 4 INTs and 10 pass breakups, including 21 tackles, 2 for a loss, and 10 starts during the 2021 season. As a senior, he recorded 42 tackles and an interception and 7 pass breakups and 13 starts. He's got a resume. Round 5, 173 overall, edge Robert Beal Jr. This dude gives me I think we got something here. Beal Jr. played in all 15 games as a Bulldog, starting in 8 during the 2022 season. Beal Jr. had 26 total stops, 20 quarterback pressures in his senior year, recording 4 tackles and quarterback strips back in Georgia's SEC championship win over LSU. We got a champion. When was the last time we had a champion pick? And that doesn't mean they're going to be great football players, but normally we don't go this route. Round 6, 216. Well, I know Nick Bosa, and I'm just saying it's not a normal thing. Round 6, 216 overall. Linebacker, D. Winters, TCU. Winters appeared in 48 games over his collegiate career, totaling 246 tackles, 33.5 for loss, 12.5 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, 10 passes defended, and 3 INTs. One of those snaps returned. Pick 6! You know what? As I go along, I'm going to tell you something in a minute. In his senior year, D was named the college football semifinal defensive most valuable player after totaling 7 tackles, including 3 for a loss, 29-yard INT return for a touchdown again, and a pass breakup in the win over Michigan. These guys, we're not talking about small guns sitting out in the country. These are big guns in the city as far as NFL, college football goes. Round 7, 247th overall, tight end Braden Willis, Oklahoma. I like that southern twang on these ball players. The boys are coming up out the South. You know how I feel about ball players that are coming out of the South. It's the weather, it's the home cooking. It's just the ambiance. It's just made for football. I'm not saying anything about knowing the ball players. I'm just saying, it just seems to be the trend. Willis appeared in 58 games over his collegiate career, totaling 75 receptions, 998 yards, 13 touchdowns, an average of 13.3 yards per reception. I said 13.3 yards per reception. During the 2022 season, Braden started all 13 games, totaled 514 yards, ranked second on the team, and a team high 7 touchdowns on 39 receptions. And get this, Braden completed his only pass attempt for a touchdown. You know, I kind of like guys who can do a lot of things. We got one in the undrafted free agent group, too. You know what? I'm not going to get into UDFAs. If you want to talk about UDFAs, you can. There are some that are really glistening. That season is 7 receiving touchdowns, tied for 5th most nationally among college tight ends. The boys got, round 7, 253 overall wide receiver, Ronnie Bell, Michigan. Ronnie appeared in 47 games over his collegiate career, totaling 145 receptions, 2,269 yards, and 9 TDs. During last year, Ronnie was polishing up his resume, and in fine fashion, Mrs. Bell's baby boy started all 14 games, led the team with 62 receptions for 889 yards and 4 TDs. He also recorded 27 rushing yards and 1 rushing touchdown on the ground. This guy is a complete package. Now, can we coach him to the next level? And finally, round 7, 255th overall, linebacker Jalen Graham, Purdue. During Jalen's collegiate career, he played in 36 games. He started 35 of them. His mama probably wouldn't give him a note to let him go play that one day. JG recorded a pair of defensive touchdowns, one from a fumble recovery in 2020 and a pick 6 in 2021. Over 4 years, Jalen has recorded 169 tackles, including 12.5 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles, 2 sacks, and 3 INTs. The theme here, 49ers on defense, went for guys who know how to go get the rock. Just about every defender has got an INT record. Every last one has an impressive track record. They all attended schools that you have to respect. But fam, I know what you're thinking. I did, but I let up off of as I've been taking in what's being said. It is true. But the elephant in the room prior to this draft was, for plenty of us, where's the beef? The O-line seemingly wasn't taken as seriously as many of us would have appreciated. Anyway, Lynch and Shanahan, you knew they'd be integrated. They were addressed on this after the draft, and the very first question, I guess the one thing you look at this, you guys did not take an offensive lineman, so what does that tell us? Kyle, there wasn't one there that would fit. We would love to take an O-lineman, but the draft didn't work out that way, unquote. John Lynch, who couldn't wait to say something, said, I think even in the first round in a year that was very limited, especially at the tackle position, a lot of them went early. There was a huge run early that affected its starts at the top, and it's a trickle down or up or whatever you call it effect, and that happened. So we weren't going to take one just to be taking one on draft. Unquote. Draft is my fit too. Question: you said on Monday that you were opening to trading Denver Broncos offensive tackle Mick McGlinchey last year, which suggests that you were fine with whatever you had last year as a starter, probably O.L. Colton McKivitz. So is this a vote of confidence for Colton as well? Lynch, quote, very much so. We're believing in Colton. I'll let Kyle talk a little bit about Colton as a player. But Colton, the gold helmet, is a hard standard up there. We give it to a very few people. Oh. Colton was one of those when he came out of West Virginia. I think when he got here, we didn't necessarily see that all the time because he was shy. Can you imagine being that big? And son, Colton's big. Colton was the biggest offensive line we have. He's shy. John goes on to say it took him a little while, but I think over time, as his confidence grew, you started to see all those traits and qualities of spirit as well, we call it, really started to show. And then Colton's sneaky talented as well, and we like him a lot as a player. Shanahan couldn't wait to chime in. He said, yeah, just getting an old lineman to start in this league is really tough, especially how different playing in the league is than college. And the lack of preparation we get with OTAs or this year, how much shorter training camp is, but you can win with Colton. See, this is the thing about offensive linemen, and this could be why offensive linemen look the way they do the last 10 or 15 years. The NFL Players Association went in there and got a lot of demands met that included less time to train. In a nutshell. Kyle goes on to say he's been here for a while when he has played. We have won games with him. He did a hell of a job last year or 2 years ago getting into the playoffs when we had to start unexpectedly against the Rams in Week 17, I think. Anytime you want to use an example for something, you always go with the Rams. They're there to be used. But look at Colton, very similar to how center Jake Brindle was last year. We felt very good about Jake. But you never know until they get out there a ton. And you take a look in the draft to add depth, and you always want to, if there's someone there that falls in that you think can beat out your starter. That's really a good pick, but it's not easy to find a guy at pick 99 or later that can beat out Colton McKivitz. See, I feel that. I understand it. I believe it. Just like you don't just find anyone for Jake Brindle last year. So when you guys who played and you practice with a lot and you have an idea about them, I get how not everyone else knows about them as much because they haven't seen them. And we a lot of times we say that. We look at players and there'll be some of us that say, we don't know what they look like in practice. So when we make the assumptions we make, sometimes you're uneducated when you think about it because Kyle's not going to keep the best player off the field. He just ain't going to do it. He can't afford to. No team can. Kyle goes on to say, but we were going to that draft hoping to find depth and hoping to find some competition. But to go into that draft and think you're going to find someone to start over someone like Colton, or as good as Colton can be and has been, would be very unusual, unquote. Lynch responded to the matter saying, quote, yeah, the thing I'd add, big shout out to Director of Pro Personnel, R.J. Gillen and his staff. Yeah, you go get a guy like offensive tackle Matt Pryor, who started games and played at a high level last year. Wasn't as good. Whatever happened in Indy, I think their O-line struggled as a whole. Kyle, I really have, you know what? I hope this guy's going to be okay, Kyle, because I don't know about that. Matt Pryor, anyway, he goes on to say they moved him over to the left side. He didn't play as well, but we think Matt Pryor's a guy who's shown he can play. To who, John? John, I really struggle with this one. So Matt Pryor, I got a feeling he's going to get beat out. I hope so, actually. John goes on to say, so that gives you at least whoever we draft better be able to beat him out. We didn't see that happening. Coach Shanahan jumped back in with the question was, and that's the hardest thing to do, quote, and that's the hardest thing too. In order not just to play, you talk about Colton because you know him, but Matt Pryor we brought in free agency who we liked 2 years ago, too. And then you've got Jalen Moore, who's been our swing tackle for a couple of years, has played in games. So it's not only finding someone who can have a chance to compete with a starter, which we feel we've brought in some vets to do that. But if they can't compete with a starter, they have to beat out those vets to make the team. And when you look at a draft and when you look at an O-lineman and you're sitting there and your first pick is 99 all the way down, see, they're kind of telling you all the time at the same time why we didn't pick an offensive lineman, because there's none out there better than the ones we have. How they make that assessment? It's just from a professional point, I guess. It goes on to say, and you compare that to every single position. We believe the kicker for sure could. Obviously, Zane is just not ranked to be all that awesome. He's good, but he's going to get hurt, and he gets hurt often. And he said that's probably why it was the pick there. And then you see the safety. We love to get depth at every position, and we can at every position. But we also got a good team that does have some depth. And our first goal is that we hope that these draft picks can make our team, which isn't easy to do. Well, that's the gospel truth. You know, when we thought about bringing in a lot of players, that's why I said the 49ers are not about to bring in 11 ball players just so they can cut them. Kids they brought in this year, I hope at least half of them make it. So there's 11, I hope 6 make it. Because this team is not weak. So to bring in those guys and think they're going to beat people out, and there may be a couple there, though, it's going to be a big, that's going to be tough. But impressive UDFA. You've probably heard about Joey Fisher by now, right? He sounds very interesting. Shepherd University offensive lineman Joey Fisher, a Clear Spring High School graduate, signed an undrafted rookie free agent deal with the Niners on yesterday evening, less than an hour after being passed over in the draft. 49ers didn't even wait to go get this. Go get him now. Hurry up, John. Hurry, go. It was widely anticipated that this year's draft would be the first time since 1979 that a Shepherd University player would be selected, and possibly more than one. But come last night, when all 7 rounds had been completed, all of the draft-eligible Rams, they're called the Rams, not those Rams, the Shepherd University Rams, including a quartet of Division II All-Americans and Fisher Hardin Hill Award-winning quarterback Tyson Bagent, running back Ronnie Brown, and tight end Brian Walker surprisingly remained without an NFL team. They've all been signed with NFL teams now. But let's talk about the beast, Joey Fisher. Listen to this. Even Sonny Weaver of Draft Day would have been, a.k.a. Kevin Costner, would have been impressed. Shepherd U held a pro day on March 28th, during which Fisher, he's 6'5", he weighs 322. Completed 40 reps, 220. He threw it up 40 times. That means the first 10 or 15, he was throwing them up probably at lightning speed, like it wasn't nothing. A rag doll. Probably people say back, get back, guys, just get back out of the way, get back out of the way. You know, like, damn. With representatives of 31 of NFL's 32 teams in attendance, to put this in perspective, fam, at the NFL Combine held at the end of February at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indy, only 6 players across all positions. I'm getting too worked up. Only 6 players across all positions. I'm not talking just linemen. I'm talking all positions. Did more than 30 reps at 225. You see what I'm talking about here? And that was led by Southern Cal offensive lineman Andrew Voorhees with 38. Fisher also showed off his speed. This dude, 6'5", 322, he ran a 4.9. The laws of fit, you multiply speed times distance. If he hits you for more than 5 yards, call an ambulance. Among the offensive linemen at the NFL Combine, Georgia's Broderick Jones had the top time at a 40 at 4.97, while Brigham Young's Blake Freeland led the 10-yard split 1.68. As a senior last fall, Fisher keyed an offensive line that helped Shepherd rank second in total offense, 489.3 yards, second in total first downs, 354, and seventh in passing offense, 312.5 yards. Fisher finished fourth in the Gene Upshaw Award voting given to the nation's top Division II lineman, offensive and defensive. He was named the first team All-American by the AP and the Division II Conference Commissioners Association and made the D2FFootball.com Elite 100. This guy's an animal. I don't care about the division. All his other variables say to me that he just didn't get drafted by the right school. He was a locksmith for a couple of years, came back to play football because he got tired of being a locksmith. He said, look, I'm watching this game. None of those guys can beat me playing. Dad, I'm going back to work. Well, yeah, tomorrow. No, I'm going back to football. Okay. The rest could be history. He could be our swing guy. His problem is Division II. That doesn't bother me. He's got shorter arms. Stay tuned. Keep an eye on Joey Fisher. One last thing I found intriguing. The question to Lynch and Shannon, one of the defensive linemen you drafted was Robert Beal Jr., a defensive end. So what do you see about him and how does he fit in? Oh, my God. Fam, you get a chance, look at Robert Beal's film. Bill's already, Nick, I know Nick's already watching the film again. He said, okay, that's all I needed. If Drake ain't ready, I got somebody who might be. Bill's a really, really gifted athlete. You rely on a lot of relationships in this thing. And University of Georgia head coach Kirby Smart's been good to us. He's got a lot of players. Kirby was a safety, and we kind of bonded over that. But Kirby said someone's going to get a really gifted and talented ball player if they just let this guy go hunt quarterbacks and set edges. Who plays that kind of defense, fam? Who plays that kind of defense? And when he said that, Lynch goes on to say that's exactly what we do. And he's not really good at going back and all that stuff. I don't care. He doesn't need to. I don't want to catch him going back. That's me talking now. Lynch was going to say he could do it, but what Kirby said really unresonated, or I saw the same thing. He ran a 4.47 40. There's running backs and they're not going to get away from this guy. So he had speed. He's in the 6'3" range, but he's got 34, 35-inch arms. Oh, so he's got that length to look for, unquote. He's going to be on special teams as well. This guy's an animal. Shanahan jumped in, couldn't wait at that point with the term GTFO that's going around the Niner Empire like a wildfire, which Lynch went on to explain, quote, that's right, our analytics. Let's see if anyone could guess. We have is it one? I tell our analytics guys all the time, research and development managers, Matt Plowinski, and his group, go watch the coaches. Get in there and let's come up with measurables that are what we coach. And GTFO is something Coach Chris Kasurik is always screaming. Do you guys know what that is? The room added, get the bleep off! Yeah! Just, woo! The whole room nodded, yes. Lynch continues saying, quote, yeah, so we had the highest GTFO grade in the draft. So we're really fired up about that, unquote. Something else regarding old lineman provided for a teachable moment, too. The question, it's hard to get an offensive lineman from college transitioned and ready to start in the NFL. Why is it harder for an offensive lineman than a defensive lineman to have those guys hit the ground running? Shannon responded with, and you know what? I don't think most of us thought about this. Because if you played, you play less than NFL football, even in the college ranks, This is Shanahan goes on to say, because just like receivers, just like running backs and D linemen, you're rotating. But you can put guys that just have a certain skill set, put them in that situation only. And old linemen, show me someone who rotates. We did it last year with Brunskill and Burford. But everybody else stayed out there all day. He says, you're out there 70 plays. That's also why the guy with the best highlight tape is not the guy that you go get. If it's the highlight tape in the whole game, yes, but an old lineman is different. You got to be built to last. That's why I want that big corn-fed country boy, Joey Fisher. He says, you don't have to be flashy. You've got to make sure you can survive that game and not be the reason that we lost. And if you if you can have a guy who can dominate, someone like Trent Williams. See, Trent, do we? I don't know if we even appreciate Trent's like a bionic. He's still only so much you can do there. Where the D ends, these pass rushers, they might not be able to play the run. They might not be able to do something, but you can put them in a 2-minute situation and have them win a game for you. So that's why you can win with D linemen by a group of them. O-line, how good do those five play together and one goes down and the next one comes in? How does that adjust your five and how they play together? Unquote. See, because offensive linemen, fam, are like a basketball team starting five. They need to play together. You can't just keep rotating new guys in. Well, the NBA, they do rotate guys in, but they've been playing together, and they're not a big number of people. Shannon goes on, if you hadn't thought about that, that's just me saying, if you hadn't thought about that now, I have no respect for old linemen. Finally, before we go to the phones, the question, can I ask about the GTFO? How do you assess that? Is the first guy who's off the line of scrimmage? Do you look at the 10-yard split? I mean, that was a question from the media. Shannon responded with, that's what we look at as coaches, but analytics, I have no clue how they do that stuff. Lynch took over from there and said, quote, it's when the first 2 yards is what we're measuring, and they've come up with a way to measure that, and Beal's right at the top of it, so that's something. We're always talking about getting length and explosion out of that stance, and Beal's a guy that kind of embodies that. The other unique thing that you get from Beal, and I think it really helps on game day, we dress a lot of D linemen. He's a guy who can help you a lot in special teams as well because he can really run and he's really good in space. I want to see what these guys chugging downfield, thinking he's going to take it coast to coast. All of a sudden, Big Beal hit him. He goes on to see some kind of unique ability. When you get a D lineman that can do that, it's an added bonus, unquote. Fam, Robert Beal Jr. Georgia was one of the 5th-round picks, and Niners, you know about the 5th round? Fam, the 49er gods, they smile upon the 5th round damn near every year. Is this the one? Look out. Also, with the restructuring of CMC's contract saving over $8 million, do you think they have an immediate plan for saving or saving for the future signing, like the midseason? I'm wondering about that. I know. Nagadia. That edge rusher's still out there. You know what, though? I want Robert Beal Jr. to get as many chances. I want Drake to get as many shots as he can. There's a lot of 49ers. I want them out there to get their reps, get their snaps. Get used to the NFL, all right? See, because when the draft went on, I was like, okay. Because you don't know these guys. And then you hear about them. 49er faithful. Hey, they say running back Kalen LeBourne will be very good. See, tell me about it. I've not looked at the UDFA since I was studying the draft pick so hard that I ran over my clock. But fam, yeah. Chill. Phil, get in there, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, I'll tell you what, 49ers, this may be my favorite draft for the reason that the 49ers didn't have to come in and desperately pick anybody. They just got the coach together and go find guys that fit what we do and do it well. And I think maybe this could be the new formula, Phil. What are you thinking?
Oh, I think, honestly, I think, a lot of the pundits, they just missed the boat. First of all, the safety. We needed a safety. Mm-hmm. This guy is like Hufanga. He's a natural. Who cares about his speed? He's instinct. Mm-hmm. He's going to be a starter for a long time because he's got the instincts. Mm-hmm. And and then when you look at Moody, the kicker. How many games are decided by a kick?
Oh, it's worrisome. After I settled down, I said, "Thank God." Okay, guys, it's okay.
But even with Rob, who was very accurate, you had to get within the 35. This kid, you get across midfield. So, whole different attitude. How many times did we punt when the ball was crossed midfield. We did it about 3 or 4 times, if I recall.
And Robbie could
At
not
least
put
at
it.
home games.
Robbie could not kick a touchback
Because
anymore.
Kyle didn't have any kind of confidence that Robbie could kick the long field goal. This kid can. He kicked a 59-yarder in the playoffs. So that is like gold. And when your team doesn't have to worry about a kickoff return because he kicks it out of the end zone, and Robbie is trying to tackle a guy from Chicago and gets hurt, and they get points from it. You know, this is
A good field position.
can change again. The NFL, there's a fine line between, you know, a mediocre team and the 49ers or any great team.
Yeah.
There's not that much difference. So a kick can make all the difference in the world between winning and losing a game.
As can 6
To
points.
spend
You missed 2 field
spend a
goals.
third-round draft choice on getting that secured is not a big deal. These people just don't understand the game. I mean, look at Dallas last year.
Oh, I love
They
that.
were so not having any confidence in their kicker
And with good
that
reason.
they actually went for it on 4th down in the playoffs from the 35-yard line in a close game.
Dallas.
And Dak threw an interception. So, you know, I mean, it changes the way a coach actually calls the game if you have a weak kicker. So, I mean, Moody is a good kicker. He's going to be good for us, and he's going to be around for like 10 years. So,
How old
you
is,
know,
how
I
old
have
is
no
Moody?
problem with it.
Is he? What is he? 22.
And then when you go to the tight end, right, Cameron Letu, the problem was all the tight ends were pretty much off the board. And the Niners could not afford going into camp with Willie, Warner, and George as their tight ends.
And only those.
It's just not enough.
Yeah.
And so they had to draft a tight end. And it was either the kid from Cincinnati, Walt or whatever his name was, and Letu. Those are the only 2 tight ends that were pass catchers that were left. So the Niners had to make that decision because they had a late 5th round pick. They had no 4th round pick. And the kid from Cincinnati went in the 5th round before the Niners had their pick. So there would have been no tight ends left for them when they picked next. So they had to pick him. So we'll see if you know, the kid was playing linebacker or defensive end for Alabama for the first 2 years.
Yeah,
And then they switched him over to tight end. So he hasn't been playing tight end very long.
yeah.
And he set the record for touchdowns for a tight end at Alabama. Now, obviously, Alabama
figure.
goes to the wideout quite a bit.
I know, but the thing is, you went from defensive lineman to one of the best. This is why I'm not going to say anything about Latu. I'll wait because it doesn't look like anything we should be appreciating, but it might end up being.
Well, he catches the ball really well. He's got good hands. He goes up and catches at the point of, top point. You can see that. He doesn't have the speed, say, as George Kittle does. George is one of the fastest tight ends
In the beginning.
in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's way faster than Kelsey. Everybody says Kelsey's so great, but George is faster.
Oh, yeah, a lot faster.
And
Kelsey's
George
just a great
can
route
block
runner and
them.
an
So
ability to
I
get
just-
open. Yeah.
But,
you know what?
But
He's a tough guy, though. He played defense. I can't wait to see him out there beating people up.
yeah, he's got a defense mentality at tight end, so I think he's going to be fine. And, we have the best coaches in the league. From offensive line, Forrester and Kasarik and our tight ends coach, they're the best coaches in the league.
Yeah.
We've
And we
got
can
a
prove it.
really good staff.
Mm-hmm.
And Wilkes is going to add to the defense. D'Amico Ryans was a linebacker coach. He brought the linebackers in and did a hell of a job, but Wilkes is going to make our defensive backfield that much better. So, you know, and then when you look at going further down, this kid that we drafted as a corner,
Which one?
Ambry Thomas better be worried. Seriously, this kid
Ambry
can
should be
play.
worried anyway, because he had a terrible
No, this
last
kid can
sophomore
play.
year.
He's 6 foot. He can run like the wind. He can jump. His vertical jump is through the roof.
You about Daryl?
He's physical.
Daryl Luter.
And he's, you know, what the 49ers said, he was a man. He's married. He has kids. He has a kid, and he's an adult. And
Yeah,
so
you talking
I
about
think
Luter
we're
or you
gonna have
Jair? You're talking about Jair's a safety. You're talking about Daryl Luter Jr.
Luter. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay.
This kid can play.
Yeah.
He's gonna challenge
This clip.
for the starting outside corner.
Ooh.
The Amador.
Phil, you heard it here first. Phil's got him starting. He's going to compete. He's going to take out Charles's favorite guy, Demo. Is Demo done?
Well, no, Demo will move. If he gets beat, he's going to move to the slot. Well, he's going to have competition there too.
No,
You know,
we
competition
got a
is good.
slot guy. We just got him from Atlanta.
I know, but competition is good. If there's a better player, Kyle's going to play him.
That's true. Your
So,
credentials
you know,
are
it's-
over as soon as practice starts.
But it's hard for rookies to start. They just, they've got to have a year under their belt. But I think this kid's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Plus, it can help with, the special teams.
Yeah.
Just like Jair is going to help with special teams.
Hey, you gotta
Put
do
them on
special
special
teams.
teams for a year, and it's going to increase your special teams capability. These kids can play.
Mm-hmm. Phil, I love it. I
Then
love it.
we got the linebacker from TCU. He's a lot like Drake Greenlaw.
Quick. Yes. This dude can run.
And so, it's funny because Mel Kiper gave us a B- on which was one of the lowest grades he gave to all the things, because he didn't address the tackle position. Well, the guy he had us in his mock drafting, we got in undrafted free agency. That's the kid from that you were talking about.
Mm.
And watching the film on this kid, Mel Kiper had us drafting this kid in the 3rd round.
I don't know.
We got him undrafted.
I don't know how he got away looking at all his. But Division II.
Because he's Division II.
Yeah, that'll do you every time.
Film, I tell you what.
He's a wrecking machine.
Stronger than. He's strong. He would take
Ooh.
defensive linemen, grab him between the shoulders, and
throw him
to the ground.
Right? Did you see that? Look how he handles grown. I mean, not grown men, but full-grown dudes. He just throws them to the ground.
I mean, he's going against Division II competition, yes, but the kid,
they're not his.
to
not
just be able to do that is stronger than anything. I mean, he's strong, and he's a freak.
He is.
So
I can't wait to see him.
Think about it. We coach him up, keep him on the practice squad for a year. He's going to be a player.
No, I'm not putting him on the practice squad.
Whether we
you know
put
what?
him at guard or tackle, I don't know. But
Phil, you gotta hide Joey Fisher now. You know what? He'll get snatched as soon as anybody sees him play. I don't know how you're gonna keep him hidden all off season long. Anyway, we gotta go,
because
Phil.
they didn't draft him. That's why.
It's true.
I
Phil,
mean,
well, that's true too. But we'll see. They
teams
haven't
have
seen him.
pride. They don't admit they're wrong usually
Yeah.
on an offensive lineman.
Phil,
So we can hide him on the practice squad.
we'll
for a
try.
year.
I hope so. Without losing
Coach
him.
him up.
Or sign him as soon as you hear about it.
Coach him up, and then
We gotta go,
just-
Phil. I'll see you Tuesday. Great
I
stuff.
mean, Ronbo, we've met all our needs. We're in great shape. I'm ecstatic about where we're at.
There you go.
So-
I am too. I can't wait to see these guys. All right,
I'm
Phil.
a glass half full guy, but and I want to say to all these trollers, the Rams fans on the
Aren't they
chat?
special? Yeah.
GTFO.
Yeah. They're going to get a lot of that. Well, they've already had enough of that.
Yeah,
Nick
GTFO
Bosa.
to them.
Yes,
Super
that's
meaning,
gotta
but
help.
GTFO. All right, Ronbo.
All right,
Talk
fam.
to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye.
All right, bye.
Let's go. That's a good new term for the Rams. GTFO, which it takes on a whole nother meaning. Hey, Tony!
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony, I tell you what, there's two or three guys that I can already see that we found some more goodies.
Mm,
Beal
I
and
can
Joey
actually say,
Fisher. I'm just pumped about those two. My God. And like Phil just pointed out, Joey Fisher took a man and just threw him down like he was a child. The dude wasn't little. What kind of, damn, 40 reps, 220 just throwing up
yeah.
and down. He might have started twirling it at one point. I said, Jesus. Okay, we'll take him. Oh,
Yeah, well, that shows strength, doesn't it?
and runs like the wind, too. He's a freak athlete. I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
4.4
Oh, you're
40
Beal.
or something like that.
Yeah. 447.
Yeah, Beal, yeah.
Joey's right.
Well-
You know what? Joey Fisher's right behind him at 4'9". Can you imagine 320 pounds, just a half a step behind Beal running down a track? And can you imagine that running into you? Get him out into space blocking? Woo! Yes. Okay. Let me stop getting crazy.
Well, you know, like you said, this is probably the first time this season that I've felt a little bit warm and fuzzy and happy.
I know.
You know what I mean?
You know, Trey hates that. It's way too warm and cuddly in here tonight. Look, Trey, it's going to continue to be warm and cuddly.
I think.
Go ahead, Tony.
Did you mention Ronbo? Did you mention the other guy that they got, Jack Coletto?
See, I've heard about Jack. I'm not. Jack Coletto is a UDFA,
well,
right?
Yeah, he's an interesting guy because
Talk about
for
him,
me
because I haven't checked
anyway.
those guys out yet.
Because his nickname's Jack Hammer. All right. Two,
Yes.
you remember what happened last season? We had no quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh.
these are all the positions.
Oh, I know what you're
These
talking
are
about now.
all the positions that this guy plays.
Yeah.
He's played quarterback, linebacker, wide receiver, fullback, and running back.
Now I know what you're talking about. I did catch a clip of him, and he's a positionless player. He's just a football player. He doesn't run that fast.
Yeah.
But for a guy his size, what is he, 240 something? 6'3", 6'2"?
240, yeah.
Yeah. So
I think
I'm
he
not
runs
mad
a
at
4.7 or something like that.
Okay.
So he intrigues me, but, you know, collectively, the running backs too,
People
I
already
can see
talking
why
about
they
him.
picked them because they love contact and they've got a lot of, you know, they yak after the catch as well. So these guys,
Fits right. Fits
you
right
know,
in.
one
That's right.
one of them's just got this nut where he just bounces off people, does a turn, and just keeps running. Can't remember which one it was, but I was watching their highlights. and I thought,
Walter Payton.
wow, these boys are looking good. So, and the rest of them, you know, you just gift wrap them and give them to Chris Kasurik. I'm sure, you know, he's going to turn out a few good players. But, you know, I like what they said that this year, collaboratively with all
Coaches
the people in the front
and
office
scouts.
and the scouts was the best draft year they had, banging heads together and coming up with all that stuff. Plus, the other thing that John Lynch said, it's nice to have friends in the you know, coaches as friends in the college.
Like they have in Georgia.
Yeah. So, you know, you get a head start before the draft even begins. You know, just call you up and say, mate, if this guy doesn't go, grab him.
Hey, Coach Smart, let him know, too, what his weakness was. Now, don't send him back in coverage. But as far as spinning his ears back and going at that quarterback, he may be the best in the draft. And the 49ers says, fine, that's all we need to know. We trust you, Coach. Went and got him.
Well, you know, we've managed to replace, what was his name?
What position?
My brain is not.
What position?
Pass rusher. Where did he go to?
What are you talking about, D. Ford?
No, not D. Ford. The one we had, Amenahue.
Oh, Minhu. Yeah, you know what? We may have found the replacement because I was worried about his
Yeah.
exit as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm feeling good. I like it. I just can't wait to see. I can't wait till they start,
Working out.
OTAs and yeah.
2 weeks.
I want to see how these boys are looking.
You know, there's a lot of promise out there. You can see from what they've done and what they've accomplished and their and personalities and things like that. You can see these guys are ready to go. I think we got something here.
Yeah, and not only that, I think the way they pick these guys up is just they've got all the intangibles and they might lack, 5% of being the total package,
But
which
that's what we're looking for.
Chris Kasurik and
Can adjust.
even what's the old boy's name, the running back coach?
Oh, Bobby Turner.
Yeah, Bobby Turner. Nothing that those guys can't, bring him up to speed with that 5% missing or whatever, however the way they look at it. But, so they've got all the good stuff and they just need a little bit of tweaking, like a good V8, just tune it up a little bit.
Yeah. The fun part of going out and getting that V8 ready. Tony, you know what? The Coletto kid, can you imagine had we had him in the NFCCG?
Well, apparently he throws dimes as a quarterback, Ronbo.
I didn't learn that much about him. I forgot his name. I didn't know you were talking about, but I know you're talking about now.
Yeah, and he, imagine having him and Trey Lance standing there at the back, and he's like,
either one can take off,
the snap and he
either one can
pretends
pass.
to hand it off. Or he takes the snap and he pretends to hand it off to what's his name?
Running back?
No.
Trey? No.
Trey Lance.
Big Trey.
He pretends to hand it off to Trey Lance and then holds it and runs in for the CD. There's a lot of confusion you can do with that guy. You know what I mean?
God, yes.
You can line him up all over the field.
I can't wait to see how this all settles because the camp's going to be a real battle this year, and there are going to be some hard choices. Apparently, some of these kids are going to force some hard choices to make. I can't imagine. There may be some guys that have been around. Somebody mentioned Ambry Thomas a few minutes ago. He is the first candidate that should be concerned about. Ambry, you come in here with anything weak this year like you did last year, you are done.
Well, these running backs, mate, I reckon even TDP should be a little bit worried.
I can't wait to see him. I mean, somebody just started that film. Oh, my God, I can't wait to go check him out. I didn't know what you're talking about here, but I want to know. Oh, I love me some good running backs. If anyone's got breakaway speed, we haven't seen it. Mostert was the last guy, him and Matty B. They break the line of scrimmage and just say, and it's goodbye. I want one of the running back like that again. Oh, my God.
Yeah, and we've got maybe finally this year, what's his name will get on? The speedster that we've got.
Oh, Elijah Mitchell?
No, the wide receiver.
Randy? What? Oh, God. See, since we don't get to call his name, I know what you mean. You know what? That's why they picked up, what's his name? From, what school was that? Anyway, he's going to have a rough time. In fact, I'm concerned about a couple of the wide receivers, not named Debo, and
Debo's just a bumper car.
That's Ronnie Bell. They want to use him for return because of his ability to do that, but he's probably definitely going to not get cut. And Ronnie is, Kyle says, I don't get guys just to play return. So,
yeah. Well, and you throw in Elijah Mitchell and Jordan Mason in with these running backs. My God.
Depth. See, practice squad is going to get cherry picked a lot this year. I could feel it already.
Well, they should not allow that. That's bullshit. I don't like that crap.
No, you said, or you have to get a team's permission. You can't just come in and take them.
Yeah, well, the answer's no. Piss off.
Well, yeah. No. I mean, what are you calling me for?
It from now.
Don't call me anymore. God, lose my number. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, Tony, I'll be back. I'll be back Tuesday, and UDFA's. I got to take a good look at them so I can say something about them. I'm very curious about them. I just did notice Joey Fisher, and I said, "Damn, wow!" I said, "What?
Yeah.
How did he go undrafted? Division
Joey
two?"
Fisher,
I said,
yeah.
"Okay, good, fine, we'll take him."
And
Right.
we still got Kalia Davis and Javon Kinlaw to test out as well.
I got real hope for Kalia. I'm hoping Javon for even because as from one person to another, I don't want to see Javon fail. This kid came from the dirt and into the NFL. He's got to make it. I'm hoping so hard
Yeah.
for him.
So am I. I'm rooting for him hard.
All
But
right, Tony.
anyway,
See you Tuesday.
yeah,
my
check
man.
out Jack Coletto, Jack Hammer. Mate.
I
Plays all
saw
those
his
positions.
film already. He is that guy that they had in Louisiana. The Saints had the same kind of guy, but this guy looks like he might have even more skills. What?
Mm.
All right, Tony. See you Tuesday.
All right, brother. Be interesting to see what Papa Dragon says. And big show. So shout out to those boys. And,
Big Show seems pretty delighted. All right.
mm.
All right, Tony.
And
Cheers.
see you in the next chapter, brother.
Looking forward. All right.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Tony. And let's go check out. Oh, we got it. Oh, addicted to action. I like. What a great name. I love the draft and UDFA's. Ronbo, thank you for your show and giving your insight on the Niners. It's always a pleasure. Oh, I think I talk about the Niners even in my sleep. Speaking of Big Show, well, it's a big show. Oh, it's a big show on tonight. Show. Come on in.
How are you tonight, Ronbo?
After I got all excited looking at some of these kids, I says, "Wow." Fisher just blows my mind. As Phil pointed out, he took a dude that was not small, throwed him down like he was a kindergartner. I says, well, that's not normal. Go ahead.
Before I called in tonight, I actually went and looked up his highlight and saw that exact play that you had just mentioned right now, and he pretty much just chokeslammed him to the ground. Yeah. like he was in a WWE arena for some.
His arms are a little short, and he's gonna be grabbing people. He can't grab people like that. He can grab them from the inside, but if he's got that kind of strength,
isn't that one of the things we were concerned about with McGlinchey was his
short arms?
Short arms. Yeah.
I can't remember.
And he did pretty decent for us. I mean, I went and looked at NFL.com's scouting report on him, and they graded him a 6.24, which means he's pretty much a boom or bust candidate, and also he has potential to be a starter year one.
I saw that.
If you have a high grade like that, the grading scale, I always pay attention to that grading scale number. And I'm not only excited about him, but I am also excited about Corey Luciano, the center from Washington, who started 25 games the last 2 seasons and helped them propel. He helped Washington propel against Oregon, and he's also made the quarterback there look as good as he does. Yeah, I can't remember his name though. The quarterback that's supposed to be in the top 15 next year in the 24 draft. So.
And he can thank this guy you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll have a Feliciano and a Luciano, and pretty much the mob at the center position. What they sound like, you know what I mean? So
that's considered racist in some circles. You don't always have to be a gangster.
True, but that's what I thought of. We'll have the mob in our offensive line. So be careful because we'll have you whacked.
You got Nick over there who really does have a great grandfather that was. I mean, the dude was. I understand he was the guy. He was like Luca Brasi. Well, you got a problem? Get Luca on the phone. You know.
What Nick are you? What Nick are you talking about?
Nick Bosa.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, and also when you look at UDFA's, there are guys on our depth chart that you have to look out who should be really concerned about their jobs. And Ty Davis Price is currently fourth on our depth chart in the running back room. And right now, we currently only have 2 right tackles on the depth chart. So I would not be surprised if Joey Fisher made the right tackle, the third spot on the active 53
Well, you
for
might not want to
depth
make him a
purposes.
tackle, but what's our guard's name again? He may have some competition, and he'd had that job pretty much locked up until I seen this
Up
guy.
until now,
Yeah,
yeah. His name is Nick. It begins with a Z. His last name begins with a Z. As you're talking about.
yeah.
I can't pronounce his last name, but yeah. And as
No,
far as
I'm talking about Burford.
Spencer Burford, yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah. And also Ronald A. Watt, he is going to be probably competing with Ty Davis Price for that last running back spot and on the depth chart there. So, because Ty Davis Price really hasn't contributed a lot. Like he sounds like another Trey Sermon who we spent a high draft pick on. To be honest with you. So these UDFA guys just come out with a chip on their shoulder and
Exactly.
a better work ethic than drafted guys do sometimes.
Absolutely.
So
If you're not a prima donna, you
yeah,
have to bust ass every day to get recognition. You automatically are a harder worker, and now you're pissed
that's how
off because they missed you.
Jordan Mason made our squad. So with that attitude, and as far as Ronnie Bell goes, I read his scouting report on BleacherReport.com, and they have him equated to a discounted Chris Olave, who's currently on the New York Jets. Or, I'm sorry, the New Orleans Saints. Chris Olave,
Who is no slouch.
who they drafted pretty high last year. And so Ronnie Bell, the unfortunate thing about him is he had an injury that ended his season pretty much, I think, in 2021. And so, but in 2022, he had a bounce back year. And
I think it was an ACL tear. When I read about that too, that kind of worried me a little bit. But 2021, 2023, it doesn't take forever to get over an ACL. He's probably running just fine now.
He had a great 2022 return season. So I'm pretty confident that he'll be replacing Juwan Jennings next year when he leaves us, because I don't think Juwan's going to return much like Kendrick Bourne, because when we signed Kendrick Bourne for 1 year, the 1 year tender that we did, that they let him go, and they found us replace him in Juwan Jennings. That's kind of what we're doing there again too with Ronnie Bell.
Usually that's the following year. They've already signed him for this year, I think, right?
Yeah.
So to cut him, wow, wouldn't that be interesting? I think Bell makes the team, but you're right. Where's it? Ray pissed Kyle off, from what I understand. Maybe there's a rumor toward the end of last year. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but Ronnie Bell also is great for returning kicks, from what I read as well. So
yeah, that's a huge plus for Kyle Shannon, is if you have special teams abilities and also you run the full route tree, which I believe Ronnie Bell does very well. And also, really quickly before I go, Braden Willis, I'm really excited about. He's a Mercedes Lewis 2.0. I believe he'll bring out Ross Jolly. And they've compared Cameron Latu to Dallas Goedert, and Charlie Warner should be worried too. So, I mean, those are 3 tight ends right there.
Yeah.
George Kittle, Cameron Latu, and Braden Willis. So, because Charlie Warner really, if you think about it, hasn't done a damn thing in the past 2 seasons.
I always thought either in practice he's not doing anything, or they don't let him do anything in a game. Charlie's always out there every now and then blocking, but they never throw the ball to him. I mean, a couple of times they threw the ball to him, I remember. It stands out in my mind because there's only a couple of times. So I say, wow, all right.
Yep. So that's pretty much. I'm really excited about this UDFA class, especially. They may have not prioritized the offensive line with the draft picks, but they sure as hell did with the UDFAs. I mean, if Kyle's been thinking about bringing a 4th quarterback in, and he tells you that he's content with offensive line, and if he brings a 4th quarterback in, which he's wanting to, then he's lying to you. Because he obviously,
he's always,
he obviously is so somewhat concerned about the offensive line if he brings in a 4th quarterback, knowing that all of our quarterbacks got killed last year. So,
Well, you got 5.
You know,
If you keep the kid with all the skills, the positionless guy, Collette, he's that backup that you always wish you had, but no team has.
yeah.
And he throws the ball not just like a guy that just does that part time. He throws the ball well. So a lot like what's his name over in with the Saints. What's his name?
What position?
He's a quarterback / other things.
Oh,
he-
Taysom Hill.
Yeah, it's Taysom the second coming, but maybe we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna see him in practice, and also they'll be all over the preseason games. We'll see then, because I'm sure he's gonna get out there and Kyle's gonna see what he can do.
So, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Sam Darnold in the preseason and the hype around him. That's him being potentially the starter week 1. So we'll see what happens there.
That seems to be building up, doesn't it? Poor Trey.
Yeah,
and
it's
they're already
building
calling
up to
quarterback
seem pretty
3.
quick. Yeah. So, wow. What a turn of events.
Go defend yourself, Trey. Go get it. So good stuff.
So, all right. Shout out to everyone. Y'all take care. Have a great night, and can't wait for the preseason to come in August. So it's going to come up quick.
Workouts
right around
gonna
the
be fun,
corner.
too. You talk the reporters are going to make the
know.
whole preseason. The workouts are going to be nothing but nonstop lies
Yep.
and videotape. You know, sex lies and videotape. It's going to be all the whole time. Grant,
All right,
don't.
shout out to all
Grant,
the
I
teams.
know what you're going to do. Don't do it, Grant.
He's going to. That's his living. So that's how he makes his money. Leave him alone.
True.
So shout out to everyone. All right, take care.
We'll see you Tuesday. And Deshaun, what's up, Deshaun? He said, what's up? Nobody drafted my running back, Sean Tucker out of Syracuse. He's a big, oh, man. Hey, Deshaun, he's a UDFA. If Deshaun, I'm surprised the 49ers, if you could run the rock, 49ers don't care how many backs they bring in to run, because, we run out of them every year anyway. And week 10 to 12, week 12 to the end of the season, it gets to the point where, see if you can find, remember that kid we had in for a few minutes, Sean Tucker? Yeah. See if he's not busy and if he's keeping in shape. It's ridiculous how we go through running backs. 301, you're in Maryland. Hello.
Yo, Ronbo.
Yo, hey, who's this?
My name is Mark.
Mark, hi, Mark. Well, Mark.
Oh yeah, hey, Ronbo.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I just want to let you know, hey, I'm a big fan. I've been listening
Thanks, Mark.
since I was like 16.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? 21 now, so.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
No, I'm listening. I was listening to what you're saying.
Oh yeah. So,
Appreciate you,
I
man.
was just calling to let you know. Yeah, I was calling to let you know. So I like the draft we had this year. One of my favorite picks was D. Winters.
All right.
So.
D. Winters.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite picks. Yeah, from TCU.
Wait a minute, for the 49ers?
Yeah, he got drafted. He's
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Round 6. Oh, yeah. We only had one pick in round 6, and that was D, linebacker. Yes, in fact, a lot of good things are being. He's the guy that's hella quick. All right.
Yeah, I like him.
Go ahead, talk about him.
I think he'll take Alshon's place, but
And that's what we need.
I think he'll take this place of Alshon. Yeah. So. Yeah, then other than that, I mean, the tight end we got from Alabama, I think he's promising. I think he'll be second string. We'll see.
Do you?
I just don't want nobody like Tyler Croft.
I know nobody does. Nobody's ever going to forget about Tyler Croft for that one really bad miss. Hey,
Yeah.
Well, what makes you like Latu? Because I don't watch college ball that much. What did you like about Latu?
Well, from watching him, his highlights, he reminds me a lot of Hayden Hurst from Atlanta. I think he's still in Atlanta. I don't know if he's still in Atlanta.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about when you say Hayden Hurst, and I know what his skills are. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he reminds me a lot of him. He is a little bit on the lighter side, but he's
coming in the NFL. They're gonna beef him up. And you know what? He's Polynesian, man. You know, I've known them boys
Oh
ever
yeah.
since I was a little kid. They're just born powerful. It ain't, hey, but I mean, I didn't dig. It's true. I've never known a weak Polynesian.
Yeah.
Never. So he's probably powerful, you know.
Yeah.
So we get him on a weight program.
Yeah.
He'll get
That's
stronger.
yeah. He'll be all right. That's about it. Yeah. So I like listening to you. So Jalen, he's funny. That's my guy right there. We're around the same age, so you know. I like to see him troll around.
Jalen. J- Jalen, I mean, the man's poetry when taking shots at the NFC competition, I love it so much. Mark, great to meet you. Glad you got in here. All right. You
All right,
anything
man.
else?
See you later. All right.
All right, Bill.
Oh no, that'd be all. What day you gonna be live again? See if I
Tuesday.
can come back in.
Tuesday.
Okay. All right. I'll see
All
you.
right.
All
All
right.
right, Bill.
All right, Ronbo.
All right. Here goes Mark. Jalen, you got a running buddy now. Hey, let me see. RC. You get Bethel in early. Like, hey, Bethel. Bethel.
Hey, Rumble.
Hey, Bethel.
This is what we're gonna do to the Rams with their draft picks.
Rudy's already posting them up on Twitter like we're supposed to be scared. Like 56 round draft picks are going to come in and beat up on the 49ers. Boy, please. You know? And Rudy, I got something I'll tell you about that role. Yeah, we were the worst team in the NFL, the defending champions of all time. We still didn't come in last like you guys did after your Super Bowl loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. Rudy, I'll be back on you on that, boy. Yeah. Bethel, go ahead. I'm sorry. I got something.
And we, even though we had a bunch of injuries, we had more wins than them. If I don't mistake it, right? So
we went 6-12.
I don't know what he's talking about.
And they won 5 times, and he throws that in my face. Oh, are you serious?
We had more players injured than anybody in the league, and we still had more wins than them.
So I got a chart for him, and I'm gonna just tell his little butt off. The Cardinals weren't so bad that year. That's the only reason why. Rudy was one place away. They were a little bit better than the Cardinals, weren't they? Yeah. And the Cardinals were. How bad were the Cardinals last year with no starting quarterback? And he's bragging. The man is bragging, Bethel. My God, how do you brag about that? The man is shameless. Okay, let me stop. Go ahead.
There was actually there was a story about the reason why they drafted the kicker, and I guess they put him in a bunch of drills. They threw water on him, and they put the laces a different way.
Oh, I heard about that.
And they did all this intense workout, and he had to hurry up and everything, and he still made it 50 yards. Not a lot of kickers could do that.
You know?
A lot of them, they need the laces.
Everything's got to be right. The ball's got to be,
Yeah,
and that's a good point, Bethel,
right.
because sometimes a snap can't always be handled and put down in perfect place and on the ground for that kicker. Yeah. So if he's got no time, he'll tell the guy who's placing it, just put it down, just put it down. Don't worry about the laces. Don't worry about anything. Just put it down. Let me get it.
Yeah, so, I think that's why I think they got him, because of all that workout. And, when you see a guy, still make kicks, under pressure and under all this. Remember when we played Seattle and that backup kicker that we got kicked it all the way to the, where the players would go out from.
The tunnel. I know.
Yeah, the tunnel. So.
And I never want to see that again. We could have swept the Rams that year. No, he got And yeah, and Robbie, I understand Robbie's worked with this kid too, that we
Yeah,
got. And Bethel, remember, it is cold in the Midwest where he was kicking. His whole life
yeah,
was in a refrigerator from the time football season started till it ended. Now he's coming out here in California. The guy's gonna be running around there with shorts and sandals on when everybody else has got jackets on. Watch and see. So,
why
you
you
know,
think Green Bay's kicker always been a good kicker? Because he's over there in the cold. He's
yeah.
over there kicking in the cold, so he's used to it.
And it's a luxury to come out of that ice box. In any other field, you can't go to Detroit. I mean, in their conference, it's cold weather everywhere. But once they leave their conference,
Yeah,
it gets warm really quick. I mean, from what what they're used to. Ah,
yeah, yeah. So and I actually liked what they did in the draft. Even though they gave him a low grade, but we all know why they give him a low grade because they got mad that they got the draft picks wrong, and because they didn't pick the ones that they put on there and that they
Mel
were
Kiper
gonna draft.
didn't
So
pick him, yeah.
yeah. So they
And
put
we gave us all kind of flack for picking up our kicker too, which made me laugh. I said, how you gonna get on Jake Moody? You know what? Kickers are important. I don't know why people don't understand that.
yeah,
Somebody else was gonna get Jerry Jones was gonna get Jake Moody had he had a chance for sure.
yeah, yeah. And then plus we didn't have a fourth round pick, so
You got to pick him. And we ain't waiting until the fifth round.
yeah,
There'll be no Jake Moody. So our
nope.
worries are probably over. So I'm looking forward to it
Yeah.
because the kicker worries me to
The
death.
the funny part is that every time uh, a, a team came that was our pick, oh, this should have been the Niners, but they traded for McCaffrey. I don't know how many times they put that out there. I'm all like, okay, we know.
You know,
You don't
McCaffrey,
have to.
but those picks probably weren't going to equal one Christian McCaffrey. So I'm
Yeah.
not mad at that.
Nope.
Teams, only as long as we don't overdo that, then we become the Rams by owing people money after they leave, and we can't even draft anybody anymore because you don't have any picks. I mean, this is just stupid. Yeah. Granted, they got to the Super Bowl, but had it not been for exactly the right favorable situation, like us being in the situation we were in and in the health we were, and having played 3 games, come from the wild card, they would have. How many times did we lose to the Rams the last few years? They couldn't touch Jimmy or the 49ers
Nope.
for all those years, and that would remain the same under normal circumstances. Except, oh, don't get me started on that. Oh, my God. Anyway.
Yeah, and then plus look at in free agency, the positions that we wanted them to draft, they end up getting them, and they're good players.
I know.
So we and I heard that tight end, tell, I think it was Instagram Live where he said that 31 teams are gonna pay.
Uh,
So he's gonna work hard.
Wait, are you talking Braden Willis?
Yeah.
He's got some
So
rep too. I read his file. Whoa, okay. Bethel, we're gonna have to go. I'll be looking for you Tuesday. I'll look close at those UDFAs. Today I'll try to focus on the picks, but UDFAs sound intriguing, don't they? Anyway.
yeah. All right, everybody, punch the like, and let's go Niners.
Thank you, Bethel.
Good night, bro.
Appreciate you, fam. Have a great night. And there he is from downtown Reno. He is the man who paints that sign as you're driving to town, says, "Welcome to Reno. It's Casey." Casey.
Papa would say, man.
Casey, man, we're sitting there. The draft every year, the analysts give us these low grades and, B- and C's and things like that. And how many guys do we end up having that are doing a good job for us? They're never going to learn to trust what the 49ers do. Somebody gave us a B-. Most of our grades are around a B- to a C. Nobody gave us an A. We started with the third round, but we can't get no love. That's fine. Winning games is what counts, not draft grades. Casey, I'm done. I just want those people to know that do that to us. I'm not appreciating it.
Yeah, I think I give him a B.
Not a B minus
Um,
at least. It can't be an A. We
I
didn't have
mean,
a
they
first
got
round pick.
and they got a lot of players,
And yeah,
and they
a lot of them look good
they
too.
drafted a guy named Jadakiss.
What?
His name is Jadakiss Bonds.
Jadakiss
So he's got to
Bonds?
be good. They signed this guy, the undrafted free agent. They added
Oh,
him.
undrafted. Okay, I gotta look. I can't wait to get to that list.
But actually, I think my favorite pick in the draft is the guy that the Ravens got, Dave Flowers.
Yeah, that dude's got his whole body is about quick twitch. That dude he's one of those guys, you're
Kind
gonna
of
hit
reminds
him,
me
you're
of
gonna
Debo a
miss.
little bit. Yeah, it reminds me of Debo. But yeah, Ronbo, I'm out here in Reno. I'm driving my friend's car over to the hospital for him.
Wait,
16er last night.
Casey, you faded out on that last. I heard you part driving around Reno. What'd you say after that?
I hit a 16er last night.
All right, 6-teamer.
Yeah.
Casey, you've not
Yeah.
celebrated and rejoiced over a night like this in a while. Oh my goodness!
But the night before that, I hit a 14er.
Okay, so
But
you're
I'd
on a
like
roll.
to tell you about this 16er. Yeah.
Did you pick the Warriors to win that game? I knew the Warriors. I didn't know they were going to just beat hell out of the Kings, but I knew they were going to win. I said,
No, Ronbo, I didn't take the Warriors.
Why?
I took the over in it, though.
Okay.
I took the over, but I should have taken the Warriors in
And the
hindsight, right?
spread.
Game
Well,
7.
you needed. They were
They
underdogs.
really
Yeah.
showed up in the second. They really showed up in the second half.
No, the Kings aren't. The pedigree is too much. The Warriors been there too many times and done that. There was no way they were going to lose to the Kings. The Kings might beat them next year, but this year, no, not yet.
Yeah, but last night I took the Nuggets to the over. That was a great one. And
Curry, 50 points in a game 7. He his heart.
I had the
ice water in his blood, or for blood.
I had the San Diego Padres in the over yesterday at 15. They were playing in Mexico, where the altitude is at 7,200 feet.
I know. We know about that.
The balls really fly. Yeah.
Hey, Case, what does that do to baseball? The altitude?
Yeah, it says it adds like 20 to 40 feet to the balls.
Oh, that's why. What's that team in Denver?
Yeah.
That's why the ball jumps out of the park like that. It's the altitude.
And the Rockies.
Yeah, the Rockies.
And then I took it started with the Reds. I took the Reds versus the A's, and they were down 2-1 in the ninth. They came back, win 3-2. And
you must have been sweating bullets, though. Anytime you got to sit there and watch the team come from behind,
it was
going in the ninth inning.
It was a 9-hour. It was a 9-hour sweat yesterday. but I had the Oilers.
I can't stand it.
I had the Oilers game on my headphones, and I was in downtown, and I was walking by this alley when they scored, and I let up when I let up my Ric Flair woo. There was this great echo. It was just miraculous, Ronbo.
In Reno, that should be any town where there's gambling. That's got to be something normal. Because I could see me now coming out of one of them casinos and just having hitting the big one. Butt naked, screaming, "Oh my God, it's over all these years! I can even stop gambling if I want to. You need some money? Yeah, you. What? Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry.
And
didn't know my
and vice versa. Yeah. It goes both ways, That's why they don't have.
See, that's
why they don't have that.
That's why I stopped. That Monday night game, the Cincinnati Bengals. You mentioned Cincinnati. Cincinnati lost the game. I tell you what, they were supposed to win that game by a large margin. I bet the farm on that game. The spread was only 6. I said, man, Bengals are going to beat these guys by 20. Bengals lost the game. I quit. That was it for me.
Yeah. Well, Ronbo, what they say in poker is, I'm sure true for all sports. Losing hurts more than winning feels good. Always
Like next year, we're not thinking. A lot of us aren't thinking Super Bowl next year. Uh, a lot of us are, but there are a percentage of us that are non-believers right now. Usually, and mainly because of the instability that we're feeling at quarterback. We don't know who's going to be at quarterback. We don't know if there's going to be a healthy quarterback. And these are conditions that we've all been put through that make us feel this way. But the rest of the team is going to be kick-ass. But that's the only spot, that makes people wonder
Yeah, well,
what the 49ers going to do.
And they got this new kicker, right? So I mean, they're automatically better. And
Yeah. Your favorite guy, Robbie's gone. Yeah, Robbie, there's a history. That's why
People
he
in
said
the-
that's how to call on Casey. Casey's always been
Yeah.
giving Robbie a hard time. Him and Brunskill. Both your guys are gone, by the way. Brunskill's got out of
know,
here,
man.
and Robbie.
people in the chat are probably like, automatically better. What is he talking about?
I like Brunskill though. He got paid too going to. Did he go to Denver? What? No, where did he go?
Oh, well, no, losing Brunskill was a big deal. I mean, shoot, if they don't win the Super Bowl this year, I won't be surprised, Ronbo. But
Yeah, but Robbie's leg was given out. He couldn't put the ball in the end zone. There was a return all the time.
No, Ronbo, they were punting from 37, Ronbo.
We got to move a
They
little
punted
closer
from
for Robbie.
37, and they punted from 38 versus the Eagles in the NFC Championship. God damn it!
Casey, man, Robbie gave us a lot of wins.
Makes
No
me
matter what, when
sick,
they did bring him out
Ronbo.
there and hit within his zone, I always felt relaxed and comfortable. I know he's going to make it.
If it starts with the 3, you have to be able to kick. Can't punt if it starts with a 3. But Ronbo, my man, I gotta go, bud.
All
Have
right,
a good night,
Casey.
my man.
Appreciate you, fam, and congratulations
Shout out to you,
on the
shout out
6
to
wins.
production, shout out to
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Casey.
Later, Ronbo.
All right. All right, Case. Good luck out there. Yo, Elvis.
Ron Bizzle.
Ellis, I think we got better. I really do. And I know we did from the free agency. And the draft followed suit. I love the new formula for picking up ball players. And I'm looking at all these schools they're coming from. No school you never heard of. We stayed away from Appalachian State and places like that. And I'm loving it. Well, Ellis, your feelings and grade wise, how you predict this is going to all turn out?
Oh no, man. I was just a little disappointed in the Cameron Latu pickup. I know he's from Alabama and all that.
Yeah.
I just know there was a lot more sure picks we could have got at that, at that spot.
The tight end.
Especially that, in that round. I just was not moved by that. I understand the kicker move now. It was an executive decision. We weren't going to be back, until when we were, and we wouldn't have had nothing to pick from by that time. And, we got the best guy from what it sounds like in the draft statistically. And they did that. They did a very rigorous and in-depth, training with him, from what I heard, some pretty extensive stuff that they usually don't do. They simulated some different things, some
crazy stuff.
Some game time stuff with a lot of sounds and all kinds of crazy shit like that.
Throwing
So
water on him.
Yeah, that was for a reason.
Crazy.
Hey, and he passed the test. So he was worthy of of that late round, basically early 4th round pick. And so I'm cool with that. I'm really excited about the Georgia defensive end that we got. I'm really excited about him. I think we'll get.
Beal.
I think he's. Yeah. I'm really excited about him and what he's got to offer.
Same here, man.
Him between him, Nick, and Drake Jackson, and whoever else we got, playing in on the end. Them boys can come in with fresh legs and just come like cannons and just completely demolish, destroy the that outside those tackles and get to that quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm excited about him. There was just a couple of questions. I know we got that South Alabama cornerback. Luter. I think his last name was Luter or something
Yeah,
like that.
Luter, Luter. That's him.
Yeah. Hopefully he comes in ready to play. That's right. I'm kind of thinking like, is this like what? I mean, we don't go to the draft for special teams, but it felt like there was a lot of just special teams guys because, I mean, unless Ambry's obviously he's at the bottom of the totem pole, but we got a lot of corners. We got that corner from Atlanta. We got Ambry. We got we got Ward still. We got Lenore. I don't know.
You know what? We only got
who
one.
else.
We only got one guy. The kid from Atlanta is going to be in the slot. He could use a backup.
And he's going to start.
Yeah,
Right.
he's going to start. You know, they didn't get these guys to start him. From what Kyle's talking, they got guys that pretty much they can't beat the starters because we built a team up now that is not, you just can't come in and take one of them's jobs so easily just coming out of school. So they want to get them in there. They know they have the potential to do what they're going to, later, but they want to get them up to speed and have some time. This is intelligent. This is how you build a team. Keep some guys in the wings so when time comes, they'll move in and you don't miss a beat, And that's what the 49ers are thinking.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if they see something that we don't, then they can keep them. They can keep them out of the eyes of, the other teams and stuff like that when one or two of them go to the practice squad. Because it looked like we got between the UDFAs and the guys we actually drafted in the rounds, we got like is it 3 defensive backs? If I'm not mistaken.
At least.
We definitely got that safety. We got Brown from Penn State, but he's coming into play. You know what I mean? I think he's going to come in. They should play him right away because with Deshaun, with Gift likely not going to be with us after this coming season. We're going to need him to come in right away. He's going to need to get live reps. He's going to have to get acclimated and familiarized with playing with Talanoa and knowing how we do things here. And that. To have a rookie guy like that, very, green and stuff like that in the NFL stage and things like that, we need that guy to come in and already understand what's going on because he's going to likely be somebody we depend on the following season. So I'm just hoping that that's what the plan is.
It is because you know what? As you mentioned that, Jair Brown, Jimmy Ward left. All right, Daryl Luter, Mosley left. Who's this other guy? Last cornerback, Daryl Luter. Yeah, and Ambry Thomas is walking on thin ice. So those three guys can fill that void right there.
Yeah, and I know it's some special teams guys too and whatnot. So I'm okay with it. That linebacker from TCU, I heard some really good things about him.
Aziz
I'm okay with that.
He'll take that spot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what he looks like. Yeah, that's what to me he looks like. His build is very, similar. He's actually a little bit more thicker than it looked like Aziz was.
Aziz wasn't small. I'd say so. I got to see this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see some hit and some guys getting laid out. Like when Fred Warner, did that torpedo, did that that missile tackle in the Cardinals game where he jumped in the air and laid a guy down like he turned himself into a bullet or something. Human-sized bullet. That was pretty exciting.
As long as they don't miss. I worry about guys who do the torpedo shots, but you don't miss because you could be laying in the dirt, dude juked you and left, and in 40 more yards before anybody can catch up with him. But yeah,
definitely. And that linebacker from Marshall, the UDFA, I feel like I'm a little more excited with the UDFA pickups. It look like we got a solid lineman or two and stuff like that. One of them for sure, Joey Fisher. Had some really was a third round grade, and then we ended up getting as a UDFA.
Yeah.
Mel Kiper said we had the lowest graded, draft at like a B- or something like that. So
because anytime you pick Mel's picks, he does that.
Mel's full of shit.
Ain't he?
Sad. But it is what it is. We're not all as excited as we want it to be. I felt like it's a deja vu. It's kind of like the same old thing, but we'll see. These guys were picked for a reason, so I'm just looking forward to seeing what we get production-wise out of these draft picks.
But the UDFA pickups, I like. I like what I'm, seeing. I like how they went to these different schools, Marshall and UTEP, and these other colleges. They found some gems. Like we did,
With the
like
big
we always do.
conferences, exactly. SEC
We heard
players
some really
everywhere.
good things about the running back.
Yeah.
The running back UDFAs that we got. I'm hearing some really good things about it. That defensive lineman that offensive lineman. I think he got a guard, and I think like that guy Joey Fisher. I think he's supposed to be somebody that's really sought after too. Like I said, a third round grading. We got at the UDFA. But man, there was a tight end, Ronbo, that was looked like George Kittle on tape. He even looks like him, he looked like he could be like a cousin or even a little brother of him. I forgot what team he was on. I wonder where he ended up going. I wish we would have picked him up because I watched some tape of him and he looked really good. And I'm just hoping that with these guys that we picked up, they don't look like they're really catching the ball too much. This is more for some blocking purposes. So it must really mean that Charlie Warner and Ross Lilly really aren't cutting it. If I'm, if the way that I'm looking at it.
And I thought that a long time ago. I said, Kyle's not going to make you sit down and you got skills. There's something wrong. That's why Danny Gray, I said, everybody thinks you blame the quarterback, you blame Kyle. Somebody you might think about blaming Danny. If you can play, Kyle lets you play. So Danny Gray's we picked up Bell. Danny's he's got to do something this year. I don't know what he's lacking, but it's going to have to be done. So
yeah, he better be on his job because they still got big play Tate Martin, and there's some receivers that are hungry that are waiting to get out there. And if you're not going to get it done, we'll take a guy who's going to actually produce and is ready to come in and do what we need him to do over some guys with a whole lot of speed. But that shit's just all for show.
That's right. This is the NFL. You got to show us some skills. We you can run fast, but you need to run fast and do something with it. Else we gotta go. I'll tell you what, I'll be looking up for you Tuesday and more UDFAs. I haven't checked into them well. I'm enjoying what I'm hearing though, but let's get hardcore into them Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Ellis. I said all my love to that squad.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Shout out production. Shout out to the United States, man.
Thanks, man. It was my dude, Ellis, the leader of that squad. All right, Ellis. Hey, Jalen!
Cardinals, y'all are relevant. Rams, y'all some bums. Ronbo, the Seahawks haven't won in 20 years. I know that can't be. Oh, no, not 20, my bad. It's been 10. It's gonna be 20.
It will be.
It's gonna be 20, goddammit. No, that can't be fun. Shit. I told you, Ronbo, you can't run from Tom. It's been Geno Smith is not winning the ring with Seattle. So you can go ahead and add 3 years to that 10. That's 13. I can tell you right now. They're gonna be well into a new coach and a quarterback before they touch another Super Bowl. It's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a minute.
Gonna have some new uniform styled.
Oh yeah, Ronbo. They might be the what were the Thunder at first? The Supersonics. They might turn into the Supersonics.
Hey,
Seattle Supersonics.
That's right. They left Seattle and went to Oklahoma. Can you imagine the Hawks leaving town, and in the 12th they try to go with them?
How you doing, River Ducks? I love, man, the Seattle River Ducks.
Mark, you got a fan. Mark gave you a shout out tonight. Since you guys are around the same age. And thanks, man. Mark, Jalen, man, we can't wait till he gets in here. Because the clowning going on in our chat is and I found out from some other YouTubers, Rumble, man, you got more trolls, man, running up and down your chat than anybody else. I said, I didn't invite them Rumble. People. You know what I said? You know what the problem is? The people that come into the chat, 49er fans, don't take their stuff. We don't sit there and just quietly let them come in and talk. They come back at them. So you know what? I don't know why they come in and get their ass handed to them all the time. It's just very strange. So I don't know what to say on that.
Yeah, it is weird. It definitely is weird how you come in here just to get embarrassed. And then you come back.
Yes, over and over. Sometimes, like you said, they're in here before everybody. 49er fans are in here, waiting. For what? Another ass whooping. Texas boy
Yeah, I
just
don't
came
get it,
in. I
Rombo.
don't understand. Anyway, Jalen, how do you
These
feel
other
about?
teams, all I'm gonna say is Rombo, Gene D, Rudy, and any other non-49ers fans, you got a lot other stuff to worry about besides us.
Right?
Honestly, you
But
you gotta, hey,
they do have to worry about us though, because that's another ass whooping. Last year, you know what happened? We just swept right through there like a vacuum cleaner. Just sucked up all that dirt and throwed it in the garbage. 3 times. Beat up on them Hawks.
well, Mambo, the
Oh,
division isn't good. The division isn't good, and God knows the conference ain't. I mean, Rombo, who in the NFC are you scared of in a 2-minute drill now at quarterback? Probably nobody.
yeah. Not with the no, not with the players we got. Healthy, they need to be scared.
Like, I mean, you got Jalen Hurts, maybe. I mean, we saw one good year out of him, Rombo. The rest of these quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, Dak
Gino,
Prescott, I mean, they
Kyler,
they they they're mediocre.
Dak.
I mean, the NFC at West, the NFC, Rombo, if there was ever a time where we needed to jump on it and seize this opportunity, it's now. Because the power the like there's nobody here now. There's no quarterbacks. There's no elite quarterbacks and it's like one, maybe
Mm-hmm.
one. We
Who is
need to go
that?
ahead and jump on this.
You-
Jalen
you-
Hurts. That's
oh, yeah.
it.
And you know what? The thing is, the 49ers have gotten themselves now. So as soon as one guy goes, another one comes in. This is why I know how you feel about Kyle and Sean, but you know what? The way they're assembling things and making it like a machine, it just keeps rediscovering new talent and keep regenerating with the same pressure and pain. This is why I can't wait to see some of the guys they just brought in and what they're going to look like. As soon as I see somebody lose a job, see that plan is working. I feel bad about the players leaving, but Javon Kinlow's got to have a hell of a time making the team. Ambry Thomas is going to have a hard time making the team. Um, Eric Armstead may be threatened. Eric's going to have another solid year. I'm pretty sure he ain't going anywhere. But there's some guys that got to be concerned. Danny Gray had one
Definitely,
year. He's
definitely.
probably out of here.
I say
Or
TDP should be concerned too.
oh hell yeah, with the running backs I'm hearing about, man.
Yeah, Rombo, that's something that Rombo. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know why we took a kicker in the 3rd round, regardless if it was a compository pick, because I don't think anybody this year took a drafted a punter or a kicker that I can think of.
But Jalen, let
I
me
think
just
we
sell
might
you.
have been one of the only teams that did it.
We did, but let me sell you on him because the fact of the matter is,
There we go, Rombo.
I'm
Kyle
telling you,
Shanahan trying to beat Kyle
Jalen, the
Shanahan.
problem is, the thing is though, because we lost Robbie, and you know how Robbie was like, if you need 3, or if you need the extra point, Robbie was 95% gonna get it done. And
What
we
happened to
can't have
Graham
nobody
Gano,
coming here
Rombo?
missing wide right like the dude in Dallas. Jay, did you ever see the Dallas kicker? Oh, that was
Yeah,
horrifying.
yeah, yeah,
If I was in
yeah.
the stands, I would have been in the front booth. I would have had to been. They would call security. I came out here to watch the Dallas Cowboys win. Nigga, what's that kicker? Where's Jerry Jones? Why in the hell they still got him kicking the ball? I'm a spit. I brought my whole family out here. Y'all gonna talk about a kicker can't get right? This is the kind of thing I don't want to have to see.
Rumble, I
You can
thought
lose
we
a
picked
game
up
like
that
that.
kicker from the Panthers.
Well,
Graham Gano. I thought we picked up Gano.
Gonzalez, Zane Gonzalez. Zane gets
Oh
hurt a
yeah,
lot.
Zane.
Yeah, Zane
Was
gets
it
hurt a
Zane
lot,
Guns?
and he's inconsistent. He could
Oh,
fall into that
shit,
kicker.
Rumble.
He
God
could,
damn
he
it,
could fall
man.
into that Dallas kicker mode at any
Why didn't
moment.
we re-sign Robbie?
Robbie doesn't want to play here anymore unless he gets a certain amount of money. Robbie
That's
overrates himself
foolishness.
now. Yeah, he thinks so.
Yeah, he can't do that, dog. You still a kicker at the end of the day, and you're
And you
old.
got
So
one job. You ain't even got to sweat. Just go out and put in a certain amount of reps every day and go home. Nobody's going to call you over for any plays. You don't need to look up a playbook. You just need to work on your craft. Why do you need over $4 million, Robbie? I understand its importance. He's built a reputation, but his leg is getting weak, Jalen. Robbie, you know why we
it
had so many
is
guys returning punts? Because Robbie
because he
couldn't put it.
couldn't get any touchbacks.
Yeah, you know.
Why wasn't Mitch kicking the kickoffs? I wonder.
Everybody wants to know, and they say they want to overwork Mitch.
You didn't want to overwork our punter, really?
I
Okay.
that's what I heard. I don't believe it either. I'm with you. What?
Yeah, Rombo, like I said,
Mitch is
I
what,
told you
23,
I'm not finna keep
24,
coming in.
25? He can do it.
Told you I'm not finna keep coming in here saying that Kyle Shanahan needs to be fired anymore. He got till 2025, Rombo. That's when that contract expired. If he don't win us a ring by 2025,
That's
he
two
does
more
not
years.
deserve a third contract. He doesn't. Hands down, I'm thinking about it. Because by then we're probably rebuilding. And I don't know if I can watch another 5 years of no of toss counter right, toss counter left, half back dive right. I can't. No, I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna lie. So
Yeah.
we need to jump on this opportunity now,
You can't
Rombo.
keep going to the wagon and not drinking. I mean, going to the well and not drinking. So I get you. So, third time's a charm. This is
I
it.
thought the third time was the Eagles game.
Was that 3?
This would be the fourth time, Rombo. But this would be
Notice
the
I keep
fourth
moving
time.
that goalpost. Okay, wait, let me count. Okay, because the Super Bowl,
That Super Bowl, the
NFCCG.
Rams, and then the
Uh-oh.
Eagles.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
So
right. You're right.
I mean, whew, I don't know if I can. Damn it, God knows, Rombo. If we go to the Super Bowl and lose, I'm probably gonna be on suicide watch. I ain't gonna be able to handle that.
I
I
cannot
ain't gonna be able
defend
to
it.
handle that.
I can't even offer an argument. We're not supposed to get there again. Okay.
Ain't no way we can make it there again and lose. So, man, Rombo, it ain't too much to worry about because at the end of the day, we still the kings of the West.
Well, that's my
Kyler
cue.
Murray need a 2-year rest. And Gene can keep on crying because the 49ers going to be the best. I appreciate that Niners shout out, Rombo. Y'all don't forget, Nick Mullins in his very first game of his career, he beat the Raiders on national TV.
Nighttime.
There wasn't no run-of-the-mill afternoon game you could catch in the city. No, people in Japan could catch that game on
That's
national
right.
TV.
And Raider fans were sitting in the crowd looking like somebody peed on them. I was one of the greatest moments for a 49er fan in Niner history to watch the Raiders. Second best to the Cowboys holding each other up crying in Dallas because the 49ers had just won a first playoff game they seen. 1 and out.
Rudy, it took y'all 20 years and move it to a whole new city to get one ring.
I
Congratulations.
know, man.
Man,
How
Rombo,
you
let me get
pound your
up out
chest
of
over?
here.
That's embarrassing.
That's
All right, fam.
embarrassing, Rombo.
I'll see you Tuesday. Hey, Anderson. Get on in there, Anderson. I haven't talked to Anderson in a while. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, yo, Bill.
Mr. Ronbo,
Bill. Well, Bill,
we have nothing to worry about.
I don't think so. I really don't. I think we're getting into that patriot mode that, we got an organization, we know what we're doing, so we can pretty much compete all the time. Now, getting to the final is what we're going to do, and we're not going to keep on missing. No matter what Rudy keeps saying, you guys, ever since Eddie D left, he let us hide his little son and gave it to his sister, and she gave it to her son. You guys haven't any capability any longer to even win a Super Bowl. Rudy, you know what you do? You need to stop smoking that low-grade dope. All right, Bill, go ahead.
Hopefully, Kyle learned from his past. When we're in the Super Bowl, we got to play against the referees in the field. So he needs to get people who can slip and slide and acrobatic that can play on wet turf. We've seen what happened to the Eagles and the Chiefs in the last Super Bowl. That was a slip and slide ball, ooze ball. We don't know what kind of dirty stuff the NFL is going to do. So, do we do good by getting a kicker? We needed a kicker, Ronbo. People need to quit panicking.
Or else look like Dallas.
What we did not get in the draft, we are getting in free agency. So I've actually watched a lot of free agency that we're picking up, and we're getting some studs, Ronbo. Now all we need. Oh, by the way, Jerry Rice's son is coming into the NFL next year. His name Brendan Rice.
Next year? All right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we almost automatically have to get him, even if it's the first round. You know, you cannot let Brendan Rice go any place but San Francisco. I wonder how good he is.
They say he's going to be better than his dad.
Oh, Bill!
And he's killing it in college. He's rocking it in college.
Okay, I'm gonna go
He's
check him out.
tearing it
I'm
up
gonna go
in
check him out.
college. So his Jerry Rice Jr. didn't pan out. He came in but didn't pan out. But his brother Brendan,
Oh, I didn't know Jerry had two boys playing ball.
I'm like,
Okay.
Huh?
I didn't know Jerry had two boys playing ball. Okay.
Jerry Jr. and Brendan Rice. So we'll pass on that one. You don't believe me? Look it up.
You'll
find out.
Yeah. I want to see what they look like anyway. I want to see the film.
And you're going to be talking about Brendan. We need to go get Brendan next year. And what we need to do, a lot of people don't like it. If Purdy can't be his full self, we need to go send some old ladies over to Tom Brady's doorstep and bring some pies and cakes.
Would you stop with that?
Bring them over. We can't do it. We
Tom
are a
doesn't
win-now
want to play.
team.
You know how much work it takes to get ready for the. We couldn't get him this season anyway. Tom, like all those guys who have been playing for a long time, it takes a lot to get into the mindset to train to start an NFL season. It's not just come on out there and do a few stretches and warm up.
For the call.
You think what?
But Kyle ain't doing it right. So this is Kyle. I agree. If Kyle can't win us a Super Bowl by 2025, send him unpacking. Because he could have had a couple.
Well,
Facts. He could have had a couple.
I just want to remind
Roger
you,
Goodell's,
and those who feel that way, that the players have to win those games now. Now you can tell them what they need to do and how to do it and go about doing it, but they have to execute and they can't make mistakes. Kowalski, you can't drop those. Jimmy Ward, you cannot have Vengeance Day during the playoff game. Or, there are things that out of coach's control. When I see a team that's being badly run, I will then decide that the quarterback, that it's his fault. But if I see players screwing up, they're leaving.
But at least we're doing one thing right. We're sending them Cowboys home.
Yeah, no. Well, that's gratifying. That's.
As long as we keep doing that, if we don't make it to the Super Bowl this year, and we cost the Cowboys an appearance, I think I'm pretty well set for this time because really we got to see how Brock's doing.
Yeah.
We got to see how trades develop. And if we're going to run with those, we really cannot expect a Super Bowl win right away this year. I'm sorry.
No, we can.
You don't got a veteran quarterback. That other quarterback that's saying he's good, so far he's been a bust. So I'm not going to rely on that. Maybe he might come out.
Mahomes wasn't a veteran quarterback when he first won his first Super Bowl. He'd been around for 3 years, I guess, right? 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, well.
Russell Wilson.
Bad officiating,
Russell Wilson wasn't a veteran quarterback when he won his Super Bowl. I think the Hawks were about the youngest team to win a Super Bowl. So you don't really need to ask. Aaron Rodgers is about the definition of veteran quarterback, and Aaron gets his ass handed to him every year.
He didn't win it his veteran year either, so
especially the playoffs.
Right. So maybe we might have a shot. You might be right on some, Ronbo, on that. I hope you're right. I want to see a Super Bowl victory. I'm dying for it, like every other Niner fan out there. We got to have it. It's one of those things. It's like you shop at a store, and you see this nice, brand new television or this brand new item that you really, really want, and you got to have it. But each time you get close to getting it, someone comes along and gets it from before you can get it.
And says, we haven't got any more of these in stock right now, but you can get this display model for a discount. No, I don't want the display model. Don't you guys keep that plugged in all day, every day? No. Well, what's the discount? Half. Okay.
Give us a 6th Super Bowl, Shanahan. We want a 6th Super Bowl and a 7th. Not just a 6th, but a 7th. Your team is good enough to win 2 Super Bowls at least. So, with that being said, for you Cowboys, no matter how good you draft, no matter what you do, you will never win a Super Bowl. And your oldest cheerleader is going on 70. Give me a Niner shot. And Texas boy,
well, that's cool.
You got to show up in this chat. You better hit up your last cheerleader when you win the Super Bowl. 70 years old.
I've seen her on.
And she's going to keep counting.
I've seen her online, actually. That's a meme. Bill's right. Go and find out the first look for the first Cowboys cheerleader meme. That is just so wrong. Anyway, Bill, are you ready? Niners!
Yeah.
Bill, see you Tuesday.
Brody, hey, for you Texas boy, you better save up money for some more TVs. We know you're going to be smashing them again at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
After we eliminate you for the third time.
I just want to see them. I just hope we play in Dallas so I can see them fans. I love those fans in Dallas. I'm like Stephen A. Smith now. That's a comical fan, boy. All right, fam. Bye, Bill.
All right. Bye.
You know what? If when that's off the game, I go in the bathroom and cry. I don't care if I'm going to catch me out there crying. Come on, man. I mean, I understand being compassionate about your team, but you're just an embarrassment. Oh, Anderson knows what I'm talking about. Anderson.
What's going on, Ronbo, man?
You know, having fun talking about them Cowboys, man. We could do a whole show talking about the Cowboys and the Rams.
I know.
And then the Hawks.
Oh.
Boy, you talk about some bad words. Boy.
Oh man, I can't wait till that rookie we drafted on that end sack that quarterback and
Robert
sack
Beal
that quarterback
Jr.
Yeah, sack that quarterback Matthew Stafford and I gotta go sit down again, coach. And that's the end of that. And because man, I like this draft, man, that was all them picks. Those were Stephen Wilkes picks. Those were Wilkes picks.
Yeah, he had. You're right, because he had a lot to say about the draft. Kyle listened to him and Lynch. They listened to all their coaches and came up with these picks.
Because I like Jair Brown. Oh yeah. That's a steal. The Robert Bill Jr. He's a steal. The cornerback, I feel he's a steal. I don't care. What is this? Luda Cutter.
What position?
The cornerback,
Daryl Luter. Daryl Luter Jr., South Alabama.
I like him. And then the tight ends we got. Those are steals. I feel those are steals. Come on,
Braden Willis out of Oklahoma. Luter.
Yeah, him and
Bama.
Cameron Luter. That's Alabama, baby.
Yes.
So, come on, man. That ain't just no any player. That ain't just no any player. Them players, the boy get picked.
You think like
that's
I
all
do.
We need. He is good to run on the side with George Kittle. Oh yes.
See, certain schools I'm not getting mad at anything coming out of Bama. I can't do it.
Hell no.
I got excited and felt foolish. People made me feel silly. That's how, man, who was he?
Man, I love that.
Dude played at Bama.
I love that pick. Yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter. If they play at Bama, they good, period. I wouldn't give a damn. And the same thing with Georgia. Because look at me. The same thing with Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Because that dude Robert Bill Jr. Man, I think he gonna get more sacks. I think he gonna get more sacks than he might outdo Bosa.
Oh, I was hoping you was gonna say that. And you know, Nick will have an attitude about that. So let's be out there competing. Pretty soon they won't be able to keep Robert Beal on the bench because he's a fill guy or he's a rotation guy. Nick, well, you know what? Nick might get a little rest instead of having to go from the beginning of the game to the end.
Side to side, yeah. And then, you know, I like that receiver we got. What's his name? Ronnie Bell.
Ronnie Bell is right. Michigan.
Yeah, I like that. I like that pick too. Cause see, I'm like, man, Danny Gray, if you can't do it, shit, fuck it. Cause see, I see what I see how he building this offense. He building this power offense to hold that line, so Trey Lance or whoever can throw that ball down the field. Because I'm trying to find out what game that was when he was with Atlanta. I remember Atlanta scoring 73 fucking points.
Wait a minute. You talking about college?
No, this NFL. This when Shanahan was with Atlanta. This the year
Oh.
when they went to the Super Bowl and they lost. I
Oh.
remember them putting 73 points up.
In one game?
Or was it 63? It was 63-0. But
You know
the thing
what?
is, they lost their Super Bowl. It wasn't Shanahan's fault. It was the defense. You know why? I tell you why our defense be getting tired. They be on the field too much. We get down the field too fast and score or kick a field goal, or they back right on the field. They be on the field too much.
Because that Atlanta offense is just too quick to hit. And when you got Julio and all them people they had, you got Devontae, the running back, they had
that was all that speed.
Ooh, they had a good team.
That's exactly how he trying to build his offense, but he want to do it with the running game and with the tight ends.
And like you say,
you kind of look at
if you grind a team down, then your defense gets a little more rest. You're still scoring all the points you need.
Yeah.
But just keep that defense rested and wear out the other team's defense. That's always been a formula. That's what we did in 2019. We was running the hell out of the ball. And the team's just tongue was dragging in the fourth quarter.
And everybody complaining about the kicker, but shit, we needed one.
Badly.
And I like that. I like the dude. Hey, I'm watching his little highlights and shit, and I'm watching this on YouTube and shit. I'm like, damn.
He doesn't
but
miss.
Shit, I don't know why people tripping. That boy kicking from the 50 like it ain't nothing. Right, going over the upright every time.
Ball's
People
flying with
tripping.
velocity and speed. How hard do you have to kick a ball to make it look like that? Whew. That's right.
I be tripped out over people who it's like, have any of you people ever played football before? Have you played pop? Have you ever played in high school? God damn, because a lot of stuff you say, people call the show. I ain't gonna say no names. Training Big Show. Y'all say a lot of dumb shit.
He ain't gonna say no names. Because the thing is,
You know what I'm saying?
you don't have to
good.
depend. I don't want a
y'all.
kicker coming out there and we're sitting there thinking, oh man, this is only about 30 seconds after the clock. Oh man, I wish Robbie was still. I mean, we might have to say that this year. Because I was worried about that. I don't know who we're gonna get a kick because I hate kickers.
And the running backs we picked up too.
Yeah.
The UDF.
2 tight end sets. You just have to substitute. He can still do it, but he needs 2 capable guys.
And I think, old boy, I think Cameron Lula, I think he capable because, like I say, man, that's Alabama. I don't care. That's Alabama. That ain't no discussion. It ain't no discussion. No, there ain't no question. That's he ready.
Hey,
he ready. He ready first day.
And you're right too.
And the Cowboys kiss my ass. We coming to? Me and my cousin, we coming to that game. We coming to the game in San Francisco. We coming to the game.
All right.
So they got to come back. We coming to the game.
Wait, are the Cowboys coming to our house this year?
Yeah, they got to come back. They coming back.
That's awesome. That should be a day. Boy, I got one friend, I remember, he had some Cowboy fans sitting in the seats with him next to him because that's back when Cowboys had as many tickets as we did because Jed York was pissing people off. The dude bet him, all right, listen, if your team loses, you got to eat your hat. Yeah, you're on. They had a barbecue set up outside and everything. They set his cap on top of the barbecue pit and let it burn up. I was so mad. I said, this is the kind of shame we've got to endure. That's why when people say, "Hey, Ronbo, man, y'all laughing at people because they're crying about the team. Y'all would have been doing the same thing." So y'all understand. The Cowboys have been pissing me off for a long time. I have no sympathy.
There's only one team I really would have to worry about just because of their little draft picks. Yeah. And I see how they can implement that shit to make that shit a little more better. Yeah. Nah, it's the Seahawks.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's the Seahawks.
They're gonna be competitive. They do a good job.
That's the only team I see really giving us problems. Other than that shit, we should run through the NFC.
Because the Eagles do know us. I mean, not the Eagles, but the Hawks do know us. And I got to go. And I'll see you Tuesday. Glad to hear you back again. And be looking forward to seeing you.
Back in there. For sure. Shout out to my boy Stevie J, man.
All right. Stevie J.
And thing. Going down, man. Cowboys. y'all ain't shit. Rams, eat a dick. Seahawks, kiss my ass. And shit, Rudy, why don't you just jump on a ram horn and just let it ram your ass, punk. All right, Ronbo, 49 Empire. I love y'all.
Let me back, fam. See you Tuesday. Jalen, man, Edison wasn't rhyming, but it was kind of funny. Hey, Lorenzo!
What's happening, Ronbo?
Lorenzo, man, we're sitting here looking at the picks. You know, Lorenzo, I wanted to mention, because I was still telling we weren't in desperate need to make a lot of certain picks. What the 49ers did was got what they needed, and they got it as soon as they could. So I'm defending. Anybody says anything to me about the kicker, I'm going to say, man, I don't know if that was such a bad idea. We didn't have a fourth-round pick. And Jake Moody's, there's no questioning Jake Moody's the best kicker in that draft, especially what they did to him. You heard about how they put him through it like a Marine, and he passed.
Yeah.
I was impressed. But Lorenzo, go ahead, man. Good for me too.
Well, you got to figure Jim Harbaugh's in there, involved. So that crazy guy,
Mm-hmm.
So, I can imagine the test. Yeah, might as well just stick with the thing. Fuck them Cowboys.
No.
But yeah, the kicker thing, yeah, that's cool. I thought it was a pretty good draft myself. For starting at 99.
Overall,
yeah, 99 overall, and you kind of got what you needed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that one linebacker. That's supposed to be 4.46 guy.
Oh yeah, that's
one guy. Yeah.
Linebackers D Winters, and that boy can move. Yeah.
Yeah, they got some pretty impressive, specimens anyway.
Actually, all of them, Lorenzo, and none of them from little schools that they had to go spend the night way out in the backwoods to get up in the morning to go out to the campus. I mean, some of these guys are really TCU, Alabama.
Yeah.
We got more than one. Michigan, Penn State. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. And we're pretty stacked as it is, too.
All the scene in there is that.
And so it's not. Yeah, I thought we were doing pretty good. But then again, I go into it confident every year. No one.
I do, and you and me both. To the point of being cocky and not clear thinking.
Oh yeah. Until we're officially mathematically out, I will talk shit. And then we've been doing that for a while these past few years. So I'm cool with it.
Lorenzo, as much as we anticipate winning, like confidence like that, this will be the year, right? I'm feeling real loose and relaxed about this year. I'm a little concerned about who's going to quarterback and how well they're going to do. But, this is probably the year we win the Super Bowl just for that reason, because there's no reason to over-anticipate until we find out who's going to be calling the signals.
Yeah, you got to start trading for it. Well, no, you don't have to, but...
if he wins the job, please do start him. But he's going to have to win the job.
Yeah.
Don't put him in just because he was pick number 3 in the draft. He needs to prove that he's number 3 worth.
Yeah, people need to get over that. Oh, they traded 3 picks. No, bullshit. They traded 2 picks. They moved up 1 for that one.
I got tired of correcting people.
There's people just get stupid, Hey, look, that's past. It's history. That's a girlfriend 3 years ago. Fuck that. Let's move on,
Or it's like the scholarship fund is over. But he's got to come in there and he's got to take the job. Take it, Trey. If you can't take it, then you're gonna have to sit down. But go in there and do it.
Yeah, if you can't do it, well, hey, you fucked up. That's all you can do. What are you gonna do?
Well, you can't. He got hurt, and he'd be way ahead of where he is now had he been able to get out there and play. But he wasn't able to.
I'm trying to see what Darnold will do too. I'm curious. You never know. You never know. Each year is a different game.
Yeah. And then
you probably end up playing the Raiders.
I know. Also, we got to see what his arm's like. Everybody that talked, Lorenzo, we don't know what Brock Purdy's arm is going to look like. It could be weaker. Oh man, why y'all go say this? Say, you know what? The doctor didn't say anything about that. I mean, we don't know, but you don't need to keep harping on that. I mean, I don't feel like getting depressed about Brock Purdy not being able to throw the ball.
Well, some of those guys, they'll anything to get a click, you know?
Right.
Yeah, like Grant Conn, I accidentally hit him every once in a while. I just give him a good slide thumbs down. Fuck you, I'm out of there, man. Asshole.
But you know that Grant does that shock effect. It works for him. Sometimes I think Grant isn't serious. He's saying things that he knows is going to get a reaction. Because, because Grant Upton said I said it and repeated, but when Grant said last week the 49ers picked Trey Lance because he was black, I said, oh, God. Grant, you did not.
I didn't. I don't even.
You did
I
not
didn't know
go
he said
there.
something that stupid.
I didn't hear him say it, but somebody repeated he said that. Damn. Grant's going the shock effect thing a little too much. That is shocking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some people need to think before they speak. You know, there's a lot of them out there like that. But yeah, everything's good. I'm excited. I'm excited. I got over my fucking. I didn't really know I was that depressed for a while. I mean, like, for me, I'm happy, you know, but I could not listen to anything for like a month. I think it was a month or 2 months. Oh, like,
it left you numb, didn't it? Broke the man's arm.
Oh yeah.
And I know if they wouldn't have broke his elbow, we was getting ready to beat the Eagles. Jalen Hurts was coming around that corner, and the 49ers was waiting on his ass.
The defense was going to kick their ass. Purdy was going to kick their ass. Oh, man, it was just like...
Brandon Ayuk was wide open when he broke his arm.
You know,
they couldn't. That dude out there, the Eagles had playing secondary, Brandon was going to wear him out like a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, just fucking that fucking Shanahan, you know, goddamn.
Oh, man.
I'm sure Jimmy had something to do with that broken arm, you know.
You know, I think
you listen to some of these guys out here.
I think Jimmy told Brock, listen, no matter what, remember, go back to what you know. He's going to try to get you to do this. He's going to try to get you to do that. But at the end of the day, you're going to win games probably on your own instincts. Don't be afraid to try it, you know. So, because Kyle will leash you. And that rookie, Brock, I know Kyle tried to choke him out with a leash.
Yeah, as long as he's as healthy as he was. As long as he's healthy, I'm not really too scared, you know. We'll see what happens with Darnold and Trey. Yeah. But as long as we have at least Purdy healthy, I'll feel good about it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and if one of those other guys beat them out, hey, more power to them. Good for them. You know.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. We want the best quarterback out there. We don't care what his name is, who he is.
I don't care if he's black, white, big Chinese down there.
If he can get it done, it's his job. So.
That's it. Yeah, heck yeah. I'm getting pumped again, you know.
You should get pumped. There's still, it's a new season, and we're starting over again. Erase the chalkboard, or the drawing board, and let's get this going. I mean, we're gonna go. I'll see you on. Good to hear from you again too. See you on Tuesday if you got time.
All right. Hey, you have a good week. You know, everybody. Stay positive.
You too, fam.
Ronbo.
Thanks, Lorenzo. All right, bye. Night, fam. And that's it. All right, okay. So I'm going to cold shop early tonight. And fam, I tell you what I'm going to do. UDFAs, I can't wait to check them out. I hadn't had a chance to get to them because I was researching the picks so hard, ran out of time. But look forward to seeing you Tuesday. And by the way, I only heard Grant said that, but the guy was livid. So how do you make that up? Anyway. Grant still, I like him. He's crazy. Anyway, fam, I'll see you Tuesday. Please, and thanks for the contributions tonight. Please subscribe. I want to be able to find you when it's time to have fun. Besides, we need reinforcement in our chat to deal with the growing numbers of trolls coming in from other teams. So, see you Tuesday, fam. Night-night!